Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beard, taking a look at the feature race at Woodbine on Saturday. Let's throw up the field for race number 3, graded stakes action. It's the Grade 3 Ontario Fashion. We're going 6 furlongs on the Tapeta racing surface. $125,000 is the purse. The 3 Painting is cross-entered in the other stakes race at Woodbine on Saturday. Expected to run here, however, the 6-5 morning line favorite. We threw up the Timeform US pace projector for this race, and not surprisingly, Mike, in a short field, we're not expecting to have a lot of pace. And the 5 Sister Peacock, who got cooked last time out on the lead in the Seaway, might have a lot easier time of it turning back to 3/4 of a mile.
Yeah, that pace projector combined with the furlong shorter distance of this race, it really conspires to make her pretty tough in this race. And, you know, as opposed to the trip that she's projected to get, you can see Painting the number 3. That's her running style, Dan. They just like to take her back and let her make one run through the stretch. And if they go slow in front of her, she's going to have her work cut out for her here.
In my opinion, the key to this race is the number 1 Sav, who last time out in an optional claiming race at Woodbine went right to the front going 7/8 of a mile. Let's watch that race right now. Showed good speed right from the get-go, was able to get to the front. I don't really think they were going that fast, but this gray filly keeps right on going, and she's cutting back to 3/4 of a mile. Does she have enough speed to make that Timeform US pace projector look a little silly and maybe push Sister Peacock and maybe make this pace go a little faster than expected?
I mean, we'll see. She certainly has speed. These 2 horses did meet back in June. They were both off the layoff in there. And Sister Peacock was faster than this horse early. Sister Peacock got to the lead and got a little bit of a clear advantage up the backstretch. And then she just dug in and held Sav off all the way down to the wire in there. That was going 7. This is going 6. Sav has the rail this time. And listen, maybe they just send her up the inside and see what happens. If they do that, it sort of changes the complexion of this race.
I think Victory Kingdom's the most fascinating runner in this race and is worth consideration if she goes off near the 10-1 on the morning line. They ran her off of a very long layoff on an unfamiliar surface on dirt last time out at Saratoga. She showed brief speed against an okay field, and she tired. She is a turf horse, and I think the turf form will translate to a synthetic surface at Woodbine. She kept some good class in Australia.
Yeah, I mean, I thought she was a real wild card in this race. You know, I threw her into my mix when we get to the picks later on, only because she's going to be a price, and I just don't know what you're going to get, Dan. But it just feels like if she can show the speed that she showed last time on the main track, she could get the right trip in this race. And if she's any good at all, maybe she can make an impact.
You mentioned that Painting's running style often gets her in a little bit of trouble, and perhaps it did last time out in the Seaway. Let's watch that race right now. Painting is the number 5, and she's in behind horses. She was kind of last on the rail down on the backstretch, and she's in the black and green. She's going to get to the outside right now, and once she finally gets optimal clearance, she's really going to fire her best shot late, and she's really motoring to get up for second.
Yeah, good finish in this race to just get up for a second without threatening the winner. And she did have a little bit of traffic coming to the stretch in there. I mean, she never got stopped, but she was in some traffic. She got clear a little bit too late. And I really respect her in here, Dan, and I respect the late runs that she puts in her races. But I think you could go back and we could have showed the replay of any one of her 3 starts so far this year, and it's the same thing. She is too far away when the field turns into the stretch, and she makes a late run. But she just doesn't have enough time to get there. If the pace is slow in front of her, I just feel like she's up against it at a short price.
Tomlin, the number 4, is in decent form, although her buyer speed figures pale in comparison to some of the major contenders in this race. She was stakes placed on dirt in an off-the-turf race last time out, stakes placed on turf 2 starts back at Del Mar, and a stakes winner at Golden Gate 3 back. I just wonder if it's more the connections have found great spots for her to run in, and I think they found a good spot here. I think 3-1 second choice on the morning line, though, to me is just too light for me to back.
That was my problem with her too, Dan. She's a very versatile horse. She handles dirt, but she handles synthetic, and she handles turf, and she has tactical speed. You know, all those things sort of, point to her as being a contender in here. I just thought the 3-1 morning line was very uninteresting.
Sister Peacock, I think, just found the 7 furlongs in a pretty quick pace in the Seaway. Way too far, a little too far for her and a little too fast for her as well. Cutting back to 6 as the main speed, 9-2 on the morning line. That is a really square price.
That's what I thought. I mean, I feel like she's the fastest horse early in here. She's got plenty of back races to be really tough in this race if she can get the trip that she wants. And she just went too fast last time. If she gets away easy on the lead in here, I think she's going to be tough as nails to run down.
Magic Spell completes this field, and she's the kind of mare that runs to the level of her competition. She was second in the Grade 2 Royal North last summer, and since then she hasn't been able to win against optional claiming competition while coming close on occasion. She's run some nice races on synthetic. She ran on turf last time out when unable to catch Sav on the early lead. Magic Spell's okay, but she's the kind of filly that also needs a little pace up front.
Yeah, she's okay, and she tends to show up and run, her typical race every time. I didn't think it was good enough. She just doesn't seem to win very often. Maybe she gets close enough in this race and makes a little bit of an impact, but I didn't like her that much.
Let's take a look at our top picks for the Grade 3 Ontario Fashion. You believe pace makes the race in here. Sister Peacock cutting back in distance, getting an easier scenario than last time. And what puts you over the top is the 9-2 on the morning line.
Yeah, she's a great price with speed in a race where she could easily make the lead in here. It's not like she doesn't have back races yet. I mean, it's not like she needs the advantage to win this race. She's a good horse. I respect painting a great deal. I just wonder if she can get the right trip.
And she's also going to be a short price. That's a fair point regarding painting. I just have a feeling the one's going to push the 5 at least a little bit early. And in this shorter field, maybe painting won't get locked in and among horses as she did last time. I'm expecting perhaps a widest and fastest bid late. 3-1-6-5 for me, 5-3-2-4 for Mike. It's the Grade 3 Ontario Fashion, your feature race at Woodbine on Saturday with an approximate post of 2:16 Eastern. Best of luck.